Yo, 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 yo. No?
All right, on that note.
You gotta start off the podcast strong. I change it up when I'm, instead of being like the what up, you gotta change it up. You gotta keep you on your toes. You're not even ready for it.
Yeah, I've been with you over 4 years and I'm still not ready for it.
God. What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Man, we're going to get into it. We have a lot to cover, as always. I really want to get into something that's just been heavy on my mind ever since Nipsey's passing. It hurts. Like, it just, yeah. And it's like...
It's like you lost someone close to you, which is interesting.
And it's like, well, we lost... the world has lost someone. Like, that... Like, to know that, yeah... We weren't like a part of these businesses. We probably would never go to these businesses, whatever. But to know the fact that like there was someone that was literally buying their block, buying where they lived or where they came up from, and putting, people that other people wouldn't take. Let's say if you had a criminal past, jobs weren't gonna hire you. Nipsey would take you. Yo, I'm gonna. There's a lot to freaking get into this. I've been so heated. Every time I listen to Nipsey's past album that he put out last year, I get so upset that someone else that doesn't like what you're doing and what you're accomplishing and wants what you have can take your life and leave your wife, leave your kid, leave your family, it's so heart-wrenching and if that could happen to Nipsey, that could happen to anyone. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we all have someone that's like, yo, I don't like this person. And of course, they may not go to the extent of killing you, but they don't mess with you. And it's just crazy that happens. That's what has me so messed up. He had so many businesses, so many ideas. The reason he was at his shop at the time, I guess some guy that he knew, some friend, came out of jail after spending 20 years there. And before he wanted the guy to go see his family and, reconnect, he brought him to his store so he can get some clothes and all that stuff so he can look presentable. And freaking Eric Holder came up and got him at a time where Nipsey, wasn't thinking to call his security. He's just it was a quick in and out of getting clothes for this guy that just came out of jail so he can go see his family and reconnect. Mm-hmm. And you die.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I'm so hurt by that. And I posted an Instagram post last week around the time he passed. I reposted it from Charlemagne where the header says black man. And it goes on to say, you were never meant to be a savage or a thug. That mentality was taught to you by white men who despised your masculinity. You are a god by nature. You are strong and moral by nature. You are kind, respectable, and merciful by nature. You are a product of peace and righteousness. Hold up. Don't take on the identity of a beast to just deny your identity as a god. Your royalty is in righteousness. And I'm sure anyone can take this the wrong way if you're not black. I get it. But just the first part where it's you were never meant to be a savage or a thug. I love that. I spend my days every day when we go out or I go out by myself, whether it's to work or to a store or whatever, trying to represent yo, I'm a black person that's not going to hurt you. Media and movies and everything has always portrayed this black image where it's yo, stay away from these guys. They're scary. They're going to hurt you, this and that. And I'm it's so irritating. It sucks. It sucks. And we talked about it last episode when you were going ring shopping. I believe it was Tuesday, and just having that, and then hitting this thing with Nipsey where it's yo, another black person hates on you. Mm-hmm. And I've had these things where I bumped heads with another black guy because he didn't like me. Mm-hmm. In high school, I remember specifically a kid choking me up. I don't even know for what reason, because I whatever. Mm-hmm. I remember him doing that, and me at the time being I wasn't stuck in the system, or not in the system of you have to be tough or whatever. You have to fight back. I told the kid, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, you good? Is your family good? Like, I was straight up and real with it. And he took his hands off me, and of course he had a little attitude, but he backed off because it's like, I know what it is. Like, you're just looking for someone to take out your pain. And that's exactly what Eric Holder did. Like, this guy, if you look at his past history, he abused his baby mother before. Like, he has so many, like, charges. He went to, like, some, he had to take anger management for 36 months. Like, so many things. And it's like, there's not a better system. Like, we can track rapists and put rapists on, like, a location and say, hey, there's a local rapist by you and all that stuff. But for someone that has a crazy assault record like his, there's nothing for that. There's nothing like, hey, like, warning the public saying, hey, this guy, you should probably watch out for him because he's a little bit off his rocker.
That's true.
Like, things like I'm so upset because I've met people like Eric Holder that people just don't like. They see where you come from. Like, yo, some of you guys may know, of course you know, I went to a private school growing up from like kindergarten to like 8th grade. And then I went to the public school, which is, you're dealing with different people. A lot of people that may not have anything. People that do have something. And it's just, you see that clash, and it's like, I was in the middle. I hanged with the people that didn't have anything. I hanged with the people that did have something. And it's always the people that didn't have anything that always had a problem and always wanted to pick a fight with someone that had something. Another issue I had where this kid was bullying me, and I got to my last straw where I was like, yo, I remember this to this day. I had two choices. It was another black kid. I could either sit there. I remember I was walking out of the same class we were in, and he was still sitting at his desk after he was done doing whatever, throwing papers at me or pencils, whatever. Yo, I walked out, and I was so close to jabbing him right in his neck. Oh, my God. Oh, let's get real. I was so close. But I'm like, no, let me chill. That's stupid. I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Let me see that. And that's the thing. These people don't have anything to lose. I had something to lose. Yep. So, yeah, I'm thinking, Nipsey had a thing where he was like, he's running a marathon. Marathon is long. Yeah. Eric Holder was running a sprint. It was quick. He was just going. Like, so what happened with that kid, I didn't hit him. Instead, it may be a chump's way. I thought it was the right way. I'm just going to go tell the principal, be like, yo, this kid is bullying me. And what ended up happening, I believe, don't quote me on this because my memory's bad on this part. But what happened? We both sat in front of the principal early in the morning, or it was me first and then he followed after, or vice versa, one of the two. Because I remember the principal I think he sat with the principal first and then I came after. Because I remember the principal telling me, like, you know, he said he's sorry, he started tearing up and all that stuff. And I'm like, if you're crying in front of the principal and you're in high school, we're probably 16, 17, all that stuff. In my head, I'm thinking, yo, there's something more happening here. You're not tearing up that you like. There's a deeper issue. You bullying is you try to get some power over probably a system, or not a system, but your lifestyle that you have no control over. So you're gonna sit there and bully someone that's like, yo, I see this kid. He's a quiet kid. He just sits there, does his work, you know, talks, laughs, whatever. Everything looks great for this kid. I don't like that. So that's why, like, this Eric Holder thing, like, really messed me up. Where someone that doesn't like you will take you out when you're sitting there working hard for not only your family, but for the people around you, creating jobs. The following day, because Nipsey died that Sunday. The following day, that Monday, he was gonna meet with the police chief or something like that, and they were gonna set up something about try to keep kids out of joining gangs. That's never gonna happen. And that's why I'm upset. Like, so much potential, and to know that if it can happen to him, it can happen to any of us.
It's kind of scary because I saw like a thing where, oh gosh, I don't know the quote exactly, but it basically says, like, to keep your circle small. Because, like...
Oh, so the Nipsey thing?
Yeah, it was something...
Yeah, he's like keeping your circle small and make sure... It's like pretty much everyone having the same motive.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, you're in a cage.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It was a good one, and I'm like, that is very, very true.
Yep. Yeah. I that was so on point because I sit back when I saw that I thought about my friends, and I'm like, I feel like I got a circle. We assume we got a circle.
Right. Well, that's what's scary.
And it just sucks.
You never know. Like spouses go killing each other, and parents and kids and like everybody. It's kind of frightening. It's like you think a person,
but I can't really speak on for those. But for just the simple fact of someone not liking you and their idea of
revenge, or they'll feel better. Or,
them
right.
taking you out. And that's so sad.
Because, you won't be here anymore, so you won't be a problem for me. Which, not even the person, it's something else.
What's crazy is...
So it's not going to work.
He was, I assume he was trying to be an up-and-coming rapper, and I don't think people were messing with him like that.
Oh, so jealousy.
Yeah. Because
gotcha.
Nipsey's been doing rap for, like, the past 10 years. Like, he's been in this for a long time.
So this guy just wanted to be up, like...
I'm pretty sure he sees the respect and the love and everything that Nipsey's getting. He's like, yo, I want that.
You gotta put the work in. Come on.
And that's literally, if you listen to Nipsey, overnight. You hear me playing it in the car. Yeah. Oh, he's talking about dedication, hustle, and motivation. Like he's always about uplifting. Oh man,
I get it.
He's literally always, no matter who he comes in contact with, all the videos I've seen, all the interviews, he's always trying to uplift someone. Mm-hmm. In what world does it happen? Like that that doesn't happen a lot.
We have a messed up world, so people will always take out those kind of people.
So that's what has me like messed up. So like, as we've been going to the gym, as I'm in the car, like it's just Nipsey right
living room. Everywhere. All the time.
Because like we lost someone.
I told him, I was like half joking, but I was like serious too. It's like when Michael Jackson died. Like literally.
Well, this is different.
No, but it was interesting to me because all of a sudden, like Michael Jackson's stuff like went to the top of the charts. Like everybody was just listening to his stuff now, even if you really didn't listen to him before. So like all of a sudden it was kind of like this wave of everyone's obsessed with him. And so it's very interesting because I'm watching you and I'm like, I don't remember you like listening a lot to him.
I wasn't too big on this album because I only heard like a few songs. I think I heard Face a Relap when that came out. But like other than that, I really didn't catch on this album because I listened to like a few songs. So I'm like, I don't know if I want it. But like I've played Nipsey before. I'm not heavy on it because I'm not heavy on West Coast, so I kind of chill back on it. Because it's like that West Coast sound really isn't I'm not used to it. I like that New York sound. You probably don't get it, but there's a different sound. I'm kind of used to that New York boom bap. If you know rap, you know what it is. So like that's the only thing. But I adjusted to it. The album is great, of course. It's just I'm just hurt. To further go on to this Eric Holder thing here. So of course they caught him, as I'm sure you know. And so he appeared in court, and guess who his attorney is?
Who?
Chris Darden. Does that ring a bell?
No, off the top of my head.
He was one of the lawyers that defended OJ back in that trial.
Oh, was he in the Dream Team?
Yep. He was in that. So
dang.
Yo, another part why I'm so irritated, Eric Holder pled not guilty. Even though there's videos, there's people that saw him do it. He pled not guilty. He's on a $5 million bond.
Dang.
No, I'm happy. Like, yo, no one better pay him. And I'm like, I really want to know, because I don't think it was Eric that had the money to pay Chris Darden. I would assume he cost a lot. So I'm like,
yeah, right.
Who's supporting that? Like, yo, and you got to see the video of this, because the video has Eric Holder like behind some section, and in front is Chris Darden. So like Eric Holder's here, then there's like a divider, and then Chris Darden is in front of that divider. And like this guy looks so uneasy. Like he doesn't want to really look back at Eric, and he doesn't want to lock eyes with the judge. Like he looks off. Like I look like I feel
like the
like
opposite of with OJ.
Pretty much.
That's interesting.
Like it just seems like maybe someone paid him. It was probably a good amount where it's like,
right.
I can't turn it away, but I really feel uncomfortable doing this because it doesn't look like he's confident. Like just with his body language and him like swaying back and forth and not keeping eye contact with everyone.
Interesting.
I'll be so upset. Well, pretty much this guy has to live his life in like solitary confinement because so many people love Nipsey.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't know his music and you hear everything that he has accomplished within the world of helping people and what he was planning on doing, how can you hate on someone that's helping?
Just a good person.
Exactly. Yeah. So he goes in general population, and it's a wrap. Like, people aren't gonna mess with this guy. Like, whether they knew Nipsey or not, it's just like
it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. He better not get off, because that's gonna be another issue where it's like you're gonna have to go somewhere in hiding. Also, which I don't think is gonna be the case, but who knows in this world? Who knows? If you got the money, anything's possible, right? Look at Jussie.
How does he have the money though?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think he has the money. I think someone is paying for him. I don't know. Of course, we're probably not going to know those details.
Yeah.
But I just want to give that quick PSA. If you're a black man listening, and really just any man, because I feel like this is just a man thing and I don't get it. Yo, show love to each other. Like,
manly.
There's no reason to hate someone else. Like, I never understood that. Value yourself. If you feel where it's like you're so angry about someone's lifestyle and you wish you could have this, work hard on it. If it's really that, like, you know, that hard and your mental health is taking a turn, yo, seek therapy. We act like we're so tough, especially black men, because we're told growing up and all that stuff that, hey, you don't need therapy, or you're good, you're fine, all that stuff, brush it off. Yo, seek therapy. We need that.
I feel like that's a man thing in general too.
It is,
just like
but
men, you're supposed to be like tough and like not emotional, and you know, be there for the woman and hide it and like that.
It is, but I'm speaking directly to the black man.
Yeah,
because I'm a part of that culture, of course. I'm black.
No,
you didn't know.
I couldn't tell.
So, yo, just get the help that you need. Like, if you feel like you can't talk to your friends, first off, get new friends. Because if you can't talk about how you feel and what's happening in your life, yo, you need to get rid of those friends ASAP. Yeah. They're not doing anything for you. I'm pretty sure Eric Holder, his friends weren't doing anything for him. Like, he wasn't able to talk about what he's going through, anything. They would be like, yo, suck it up. Like, yeah, seek the help that you need. Mental health is important. Therapy is important. Oh, man. I just had to get that off my chest. We're going to get into some happier things.
I think this podcast could use it. I think everyone's about to tune out.
Yo, I'm about to pull a Taylor Swift and just shake it off.
Shake it off.
Oh, my God. All right.
Oh boy, we're slamming the table.
So I want to jump back into a topic that we touched on last Tuesday, where now I feel like a lot of people that have reached out and commented on YouTube or Instagram and all that stuff where I posted clips agreed that Lil Nas X is his song, not him personally, but his song.
No.
Old Town Road is country.
No.
And guess who co-signed it? Guess who co-signed it?
No.
Guess it.
I showed you it. This is how ridiculous I am. I literally give fuel to his fire. I showed him who like signed with him, or who did I don't know about the signing business. He did a remix.
Co-sign is agreeing with this person.
So he did a remix.
Okay, you didn't even name the person.
I'm getting there. And then I also showed him this morning an Instagram story, which further brought me in the hole. So
talk about it.
That's great. Okay, So Billy Ray Cyrus did a remix with him.
Who's Billy Ray Cyrus? For the people in the back.
First of all, if no one knows who Billy Ray Cyrus is, you are living
Hannah
under
Montana's
a rock.
dad, okay.
Right. So, like, even if you only know Miley Cyrus,
My
like,
bad.
you... Thank you for drawing on my hand.
No problem.
So, yeah, you're living under a rock if you don't know. But, huge country artist from before Miley was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, before she was even a thought. And he had, like, actual country sounding songs back in the day.
Yeah.
And he just stayed a country artist. And then Demi Lovato added on her Instagram story this morning about it, like saying something, raving about it, that it was great or all that.
Yeah.
And all I see on Twitter is the whole, I got the horses in the back with the 2 C's, because that's the thing now. I don't know what this thing is with the words, the 2 C's, like back and thick and all that. Like it's a trend
it's
now.
It's normally a gang thing.
Well, now it's like a trend,
Yeah,
and it's like a funny
it's moving
thing or
to general,
something.
but it's a
So
gang thing.
yeah, so all I see is the horses in the back with the 2 C's, and like the little emojis. Like they'll have like the cowboy hat emoji, and like the little hands going like, what is that dance move?
Like a whip.
Sort of, yeah. And they'll have that, and I'm like, oh my god, it's everywhere.
Yeah. So for all you doubters that were like, nah, Old Town Road is not country.
No.
It's country.
No.
It's country.
No.
Billy Ray Cyrus is on it,
No.
and that song is even more of a freaking hit.
No.
Now, like, I don't think it's on Spotify yet. You can check.
Really?
But
I thought it was.
I don't know. When I looked, it wasn't on Spotify. So
They announced it.
I mean, okay, you can announce something and it may not
I thought
be
they like,
Spotify.
weren't you listening to it?
On YouTube.
Oh.
Dog, don't jump in my DMs like that. Chill. Chill, bruh. Yeah, so check it out. It's on YouTube. Don't know if it's on Spotify. Don't know if it's on Apple Music, but listen to it. I really like it. I like it a lot. Probably more than the original. And I don't really mess with Billy Ray Cyrus, nor do I listen to any of his songs.
See?
But
So you don't know actual country.
dog, how are you gonna hate if you know another person that I'm interested in is getting me interested in a country? It's like me saying, yo, listen to this new song that has some person you like, has Taylor Swift on it, and it has a feature of 50 Cent, and you like
That's like
50 on the
normal though.
feature.
They always have rappers in pop music nowadays.
Yeah, because they know it's hot. Katy Perry
But
does
it
it a
doesn't.
lot.
It honestly, but it doesn't lead me to listen to rappers more.
For
is the
you,
thing.
it doesn't.
I just listen to the song that has it in it.
For you, it doesn't.
Okay.
Katy Perry does it a lot.
Okay.
It clearly does something for her.
Yeah, you're gonna collab with other big artists and make
Pink
that
and
coin,
Eminem
but
do it a lot. It clearly does a lot for Pink. They got a couple songs together.
Who?
Pink and Eminem. They probably got like
Oh.
3 songs. There's certain people you can just point out and be like, yo, I know what you're doing. You're not fooling me. So I just got to give it up. Listen to that song. Listen to that song. Tell me it is not country. That is a country song. It's even more so a country song now that Billy Ray Cyrus is up in his house.
No, my friend texted me and she
God.
told me all about like, and she had, I haven't like, I didn't show you, I didn't tell you like about exactly what she said, but like she had really good points. I'm like literally waiting because I just want her to come over and literally have this debate with you in person. Like
Is it going to be a podcast episode?
Oh my gosh.
We going to put the...
Oh my gosh, put her, no.
That'll be a spicy conversation.
Oh my, she though will prove her point, okay? Because you don't
No.
know what you're talking
Yo.
about. She like has extensive knowledge in music. Okay? I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying that her points make a whole lot more sense than your gibberish.
For the people that are not watching the YouTube podcast video of this, my mouth is dropped. It has droppeth. Yo, and no, I don't agree because I know
I'm waiting.
lot.
I'm
I know a
waiting.
lot
We'll
about
make a date.
music.
We're gonna make a date.
Like sounds, styles, flows.
No,
Oh.
I need to see this debate because
Dog,
she
you-
had a lot of good points. It ain't an
It is
actual country
country.
song. It has country influences. It is not a country song.
It's a country song.
Period.
I'm gonna. I don't know how the lyrics go anymore.
Oh, who's
Well,
a fan?
I haven't heard the song like that. So, yo, stop it. Stop it with that BS.
You talking like you love it and you a fan.
My daddy's mighty black.
Oh my god.
All right, so I just want to give you guys an update to that. Check out the song. It is a
don't.
fire song.
No,
that thing is on point, yo.
Nah, it's overrated.
Oh man. All right, so I want to jump into talking about This Is Us, Beth and Randall's relationship.
Okay, if you're not caught up on This Is Us,
if you're not by the time this episode comes out, like, I don't know, yeah.
Well, no, because there's some people that they, like, just haven't seen any of the last season or something, and then they'll finally watch it.
If you don't care, you don't care.
But, yeah. We got to talk about those last few episodes.
Well, it's not even the last few
season.
episodes. I want to talk about the relationship in general.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it in general, but it really shook things up.
Well, let's start from the beginning.
So
from the beginning,
picture perfect couple.
From the beginning, you see Randall and Beth as like compared to everyone in the show as like,
and just people in general. They're literally like the couple that everyone wants to be.
I'll talk about the show. Let's not branch it into real life because it's not real life.
Excuse you. I speak for the viewers.
I don't, because you speak for the women. Let's be real.
Nah, you liked Beth.
Yeah, but you said like in real life, you.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not tying it to real life. It's a made up story.
Oh, whatever.
We're not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that.
You're lame. Whatever.
But nonetheless, yeah. So in the beginning, like everyone had their own issues. I forgot what's the brother's name. The other one. I forgot his name. The Manny.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Like he was going through his like relationship thing with his like ex girlfriend because I don't think they were anything else. Kate, right? Her name was Kate.
Yes.
Kate. I mean, shut up. Kate was going through like her whole like trying to find herself and like down the road met Toby and all that, but like Randall and Beth, like from the beginning, they had it together. They had their family. Things were going good. Randall was obsessed with finding out who his father was. Mm-hmm. Beth was supportive, or what looked like she was supportive of that.
They were just like ride or die.
Yeah.
And they always knew how to figure stuff out or work it out or talk it out. Like it was never like an actual thing. Like they just always communicated apparently perfectly.
And like
so we thought.
This show has a great idea of like being able to like of seeing people and like you oh man, like the mom and dad. I'm drawing blanks on the names right off the top of my head.
Jack and Rebecca.
There we go, Jack and Rebecca.
Oh
you see them as a perfect couple.
3 seasons and
like
it doesn't
in the
help.
beginning, from what I remember in the first season, you see them as a perfect couple. But as it progresses, you start seeing like
that was
they
true.
have flaws. They're human, and I love that about the show where it gets real. Like I don't really care for like this fake stuff that they try to put in, but like I love how they have like our relationship isn't perfect. Sometimes I yell at you. Sometimes I dislike what you're doing. Sometimes I don't agree with it, and like I love that.
Well, same.
And seeing in these last couple episodes, there was a flashback where they showed before like they moved in the house, before they had kids.
From like the beginning when they first met, and then
even that,
yeah, it was like when they first met and went on a first date, and then it was like they like right before they got engaged, they were together like 7 years or whatever, and then getting married and all that.
Yeah, and that was interesting because you see, Beth pretty much sums up that it's always been what Randall wants to do. From their first date up until
she's always had to bend and like be the person who makes it easier for both of them.
Man, like even one that I thought was crazy where she had to like go, like she said she was going on like a business trip or something like that, but she was really going to like a hotel to stay the night.
Yeah,
so
she literally just needed a night away because he's like super overbearing. It's very interesting because the episodes put him in a much different light because from a girl's standpoint,
that's true.
He always looked like the most devoted, most like emotionally available, like loving, supportive kind of guy. Like he looked like it. Yeah. And then it kind of twisted it and showed, well, it was too much too, because then, oh my God, I'm losing my thought. Oh gosh, I lost my thought.
Okay. It was too much. Well, it was too much because he always found a way. He wasn't manipulating her, and we had no. I'm not signing up for that.
I know about manipulative behavior, sir.
For example, when they were in the store and he was going there for his dad to like go pick up snacks or whatever they were doing.
When she was trying to get away,
she was like, "Oh, she's gonna go watch shows," and like Randall made like a I guess what women would call a cute reference to one of the shows she was
like,
gonna watch.
Yeah, I remember that's when we whatever kind of thing.
Yo, and she was like, "Oh, now I don't want to watch it without you." And I'm like, "What? Just go live your life, boo."
She's like, "So now I don't want to watch it without you," because like she's like, "Oh, that's our thing."
No.
And so then he's like, "Oh no, you can go." Like, please, guys, I want to hear opinions because the way he said, "Oh no, you can go," still was like, "Come on."
I don't think he said that.
Yes, he did.
I think he asked, like, "Are you sure?" Like
something like that, and it kind of sounded like.
I don't think so. You're looking way too much into it. I really think that was genuine.
Because when you look at the rest of what he was doing to her, it kind of ties in.
No.
Oh my god.
I don't agree. We had a fight with this when we saw this because I don't agree.
A fight. Yes, it was a blowout.
That was a tussle. I don't agree with that because I don't feel like he was manipulating her. Like he when someone asks you something, like when I ask you something like, "Hey, do you want this?" and you tell me no, and that's like my second confirmation to this after you said like, "Hey, I don't want it," and I'm like, "Oh, you sure you don't want this ice cream that I have?"
Right.
Dog, don't get mad at me.
No, because I can't eat it because I'll get sick.
Don't get mad at me because you say no to it.
Yeah.
Like that. That's the vibes I got where it's like she agreed to come back home because she was like, okay, yeah.
Okay, but that was a minor one. So like, she just always had to bet. Like even for the first date, she was not feeling him. Like she kind of just wanted to get away from him.
He was very pushy, I would say.
And then when he gets back to his dorm room, he's like, "I'm gonna marry that girl someday."
Oh, I was like, whoa, you gotta tell a woman what to do? Did she consent to that?
But like, I was like, where did you get that feeling, sir? Where did that occur?
Didn't she say like she never wants to see him or something?
She basically said like, lose my number, don't talk to me. And I'm like, okay, so from the start he was very like, no, this is gonna go this way. And then he had those ways to make it seem romantic. And this is one of those things, it really does, it messes with girls' heads. Because I know that there's guys out there like that. Where
I know.
It's like, a mask, like to the world, this looks like the best person ever. And then, behind the scenes, it's kind of controlling.
Yeah, of course. I feel like
that's not great.
There's a lot of guys that are like that.
So, like, that's kind of what we started to see. And then, I feel like she spoke for a lot of women. Even if we're not with men that are like that, it's like, a lot of times women are the ones that have to bend. Women are the ones that have to kind of keep the peace and do the extra chores or do the whatever. And it gets exhausting.
I don't agree with that.
I think so, because women are like seen as the caretakers, okay? Whether you have kids or not, whether you are married or not, whatever. I feel like women just kind of put more on their shoulders, whether it's house, job, kids, whatever. I feel like that's a thing.
I feel like it's a thing.
I get stressed out sometimes.
I feel like that's
thinking
a thing.
I'm everywhere.
I feel like that's a thing, but that's on that person, guy or girl, to be like, no, like I really can't do this, or you really need to do this. But
then you have to be with someone who's going to then not get mad when you ask for help and like be like, okay, like let's try this or whatever. No, I don't really care about. I don't really care about the not getting mad when you ask for help. Yo, just shut up and do it. Nothing against you because I don't say this to you, of course. So freaking.
Well, that's how I feel. If I tell a friend or a significant other, whoever. Yo, whether you want to get upset at me or whatever, as long as the job gets done, I don't care. Complain all you want.
True, but don't be a dick.
Get it done.
There's no reason to be a dick.
Whatever that means, because I feel like you need context to that. Like,
you can just be kind. Like, if the person is like nicely asking for help, you don't need to be mean about it.
It's subjective, I'll say.
No, it's not.
Because it depends on
being a dick.
It depends on what is happening. Because I can't really speak on for something. You don't know what someone that's going through to why they responded that way. You don't know what their like thought is in their head. What?
Dick.
Whatever. So back to Randall and Beth. So you just see their relationship like going deeper into it, where we see a younger Beth and Randall, and he proposed to her like I think 7 or 9 times, something like that, like a lot of times, like, and she was just like over it. And there happened to be a time where they were golfing, and
it
Beth
was
talked to the
about
mom.
okay. So the mom, first of all, Randall's mom was going to be there, which. First of all, Beth didn't want.
Yeah.
Thought it was just a date with the 2 of us. And he was just like, okay, well, no, she's coming. And it's like, okay, again, this is that controlling thing. Fine. And I don't know. He finally was like, oh, you don't have to worry about me proposing again. Rebecca talks to her, and I don't know. So basically what happened is she then was like, okay, get in the car. We're going to go here. Beth like loves nachos and something else. I forget what it was.
Ginger beer. Come on now.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Jamaicans out there.
So that was, she had said, and it's funny because if you go back in the episode, she literally said that on the first date because Randall tried to take her to the super fancy restaurant where then they tried to racially profile them, and she stood up for them. Yep. He was completely like oblivious. He wasn't going to do it. Like it was this.
Well, I think he understood what was happening.
Yeah,
he was
but
just like,
it was interesting.
It is what it is. I got to do this.
And it's interesting because in that moment you saw like, oh, she's not one to be walked on, but then it kind of, it's very interesting. But anyway, so she literally said, she's like, no, like that would be a perfect date to me. And you kind of get the idea that they literally never did that until the proposal. Yeah, so she took 7 years. Okay. This woman just wants what? $10 worth of food. That's what she loves. Like, come on. So she's like eating and whatever. And she's like, okay. She's like, okay, do it. So like, then he does the proposal. Then it's actually something she wants.
But that's what I like the advice that Randall's mom gave to Beth.
Right.
Because I really feel if I ever have a daughter, if we ever have a daughter, yo, I'm going to be like, you got to tell the person what you want. If you want to do something, yo, do it.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Like, she grabbed Randall's hand and they went off. Like, there was
well, that's the thing. She did.
In that instance, but everything else, she was always playing follow the leader.
I understand, but you know what I'm saying? The first time they had a date, she alluded to it. She was clear. She didn't even allude. She was clear from the beginning that that's what she wanted to do. And he never once thought like, let's just do that one of these days. Come on, slacking.
I don't know. I can't talk on that part.
Yeah, and then it
Try
shows.
to shoot Randall some bail.
It shows how even on their wedding day, they got married in their house. They're in different parts of the house getting ready.
Yep. She
is frantically writing her vows. He has like pages worth that now he has to edit down because it's ridiculous. She's literally frantically writing them because she's like, oh, and I got pulled in this direction. I had no time this week. It all slipped away, versus Mr. over here with his essay.
Yeah.
Like that really put it in perspective that like really he couldn't pick up some slack so she could have some time too for this monumental day.
Yeah.
So there's that. And it's interesting because throughout everything, it still kind of shows how they work. It's very it shows kind of how relationships can be, where it's like they have those negatives, but then you kind of stay together because you have those times that like just seamlessly go good.
Yeah.
So like it's very interesting because those like kind of reaffirm like, okay, maybe this isn't so bad. Mm-hmm. It could often mask if it really is bad, which is interesting. But yeah, so like through marriage and like the baby, it was interesting because the first baby at like 3 a.m. So he made her nachos. And they're eating the nachos together and they're talking. And she had a really good point. And he eats like the last nacho that has tons of cheese on it. And she basically said, she's like, you know, you've always been the kind of guy who just really like goes for those perfect nachos, like the perfect ones loaded with cheese, nice and big. And then I get stuck with the crumbs at the bottom of the bowl. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Was deep. That's a good one. Like, and that's sad. That's really like just that makes you really feel down.
What sucks is like this happens in relationships, like, but like from what we saw, from what they portrayed to us, Randall did it a lot of the time where it was like all about him. and I don't think it was purposeful.
No, but
it's not how you should operate.
Right. And it's interesting because so when it first goes into this episode, because what it led, like the previous episode left off like, oh, we gonna do this, and like, you know, the cliffhanger or whatever, and they got in this big argument, okay, late at night in their bedroom, and she's like, we have been having the same fight since we started dating.
Yeah.
And one, it was true because then it went through the episode, showed you kind of the reoccurring thing. And two, that like struck a chord with me because it's like we've had those issues.
Yeah.
Where the same freaking thing just kept coming up.
Yeah.
Whether it would come up in the same ways or like slightly different ways, it would kind of surprise you, which is annoying. And like,
and one of us would bring it up and be super upset, like, yo, this is the same thing we were fighting about,
yes,
you know, months ago or whatever.
Yes, and like and it's infuriating because there's obviously still a reason that you're bringing it up. There's still something underlying there that needs to be addressed, that needs to be actually addressed and fixed. Because on one or the other side or both or whatever, it's just not clicking. And it's very interesting to me because we will go through those things and it'll take months. It'll take forever to like finally stop. And all of a sudden it's like there's a light bulb or something in either one of us or both of us. And like, it's like this just calm takes over. Like when you finally solve the freaking most annoying, hardest puzzle and you're like, it's finally done. Like we can actually move on. Like we actually, and it's interesting because these arguments, they're terrifying because you're like, are we ever going to get over this? And they're not like always the greatest. It's not always the healthiest way to get to your solution. But when you get to the solution, then you're like, okay, like, yeah, it wasn't worth it in the case of like crying and whatever, but it was worth it in the case that we finally got to an understanding and now this made us better as a couple, and we're not going to go back there again. We're not going to make those moments. Mistakes.
I love when we can like, we have an issue and then we tackle it and it's just like, yo, that's how we operate and we move going forward. And it makes our lives easier and more fluid.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, you see that with Randall and Beth, where it's like she's been trying to tackle this issue, but Randall doesn't see what's happening, even though she keeps saying it.
And that's the thing, is a lot of times there's just a disconnect. And now both people are getting mad and frustrated and upset and distant because now there's this disconnect where like the pieces just aren't fitting together. Mm-hmm. You're both literally saying what needs to be said, but it's just not like, you're not hearing it the right way, or you're not understanding it. You're not like really grasping it, and you're not also coming up with a solution that works for both of you. Like it's an intricate process. Yeah. It's exhausting. So I feel it.
And like the episode ended, that season finale ended with essentially what we assume, because there was no like real confirmation of it, of Randall possibly stepping down from running, because I don't think he was elected yet.
Well, he was elected, but he didn't start his term yet.
Yeah, like him possibly stepping down, which we didn't see. He asked his partner, you know, what would happen.
Right, but then at the same time, Beth was going to say they're moving down to Pennsylvania.
Exactly. So, we're not sure what exactly is going to happen with the next one. We assume that Randall canceled.
Because at the end of season 2, you saw they alluded to possibly Beth and Randall were divorced later in life.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot.
That was the cliffhanger of season 2. So basically this whole season shaped up to now where you're seeing, okay, are these fights leading to divorce? Like, is this the end of them? But then you see they're in that older age again and they're still together and they're thriving. So it's interesting because basically everybody thought this was going to be the end of them.
Yeah, and they were all really getting together for the passing of their mom's death, Randall's mother's death.
Well, maybe. We don't know that yet.
What? We saw she was on the bed. We assume she's dying.
We assume she's in hospice care in her home. We assume.
She has a nice home, but she's dying.
Well, people are actually saying that they think it's Kevin's home. I've been seeing a lot of theories. He has a kid too. Yeah. And they were so cute together though.
Oh, whatever. She don't want kids. I don't want you.
Bruh. But yeah, so it's very interesting how shows like that. I've always liked This Is Us because it is more realistic. And that was their whole thing when they were first advertising it a few years ago. Was like, it's us as a human race. It's gonna tackle actual things, and it does, because it tackled like miscarriage and like serious topics, and then it just the everyday kind of stuff like a relationship, like what it really can look like even with Kevin and I don't remember the girlfriend's name. How they were saying how Kevin really wants kids and the girlfriend really didn't. She knew for certain she would never want kids. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of one of those things where you're like, should we really be in this? Because this is kind of a deal breaker. Yeah. We're not, one of us is going to be very unhappy later in life.
And of course, being the guy, you're like, she's going to change her mind. It's the girl. Of course she's going to want kids.
Which is ridiculous, because in this day and age, women are allowed to say, I do not want kids.
You can, but kids is such a major point. Like, it's right. Like when you're getting a house. Like, that's like your next checklist item.
Right.
So it's like, it's no disrespect on the woman, or on her or anyone. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I would really like to have kids. Like, I think we've had that back and forth before.
Well, yeah. So it's interesting because I like how this show goes through. It's relationship stuff. It's family stuff. It's health stuff. Like, it's stuff you can actually relate to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it gets a little dramatic every now and then. Yeah, it gets a little, because it has to. It's TV. But for the most part, it's pretty solid. So.
Yeah. All right. So to jump into it, as always, guys, we're going to get into some relationship advice.
It was kind of a good segue.
Yeah, right? All right.
Can you read it this time? You got it?
I'm probably not.
Got it.
Yo, I suck at
believe
reading.
In you.
I suck at it. I hated public speaking. I hate reading in general. Oh.
I believe in you.
So just to pre-warn everyone, there's probably going to be mess-ups in this. So do you want to read it this time?
Not really.
Oh my God, I hate you.
But you're supposed to read it to me because I'm supposed to be reacting. Because I've never read these before.
All right, guys. So, I saw a friend. I said, already messing up. Already messing up. Oh my God. It. Okay. I saw a friend's girlfriend on a swipey dating app. Should I let him know? So, this person goes in to say, said friend is a nerdy human who was excited to find someone. They've been dating for a few months, as far as I know. I remember thinking that she doesn't seem like someone who would obviously get along with him, and I'm concerned that if she is indeed dating behind his back, he might end up very, very hurt.
What a good friend.
That being said, I know it might not be my role to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. I acknowledge that there might be many reasons why me seeing her profile could not be, that big of a deal.
Right.
They could be in an open relationship. It could be inactive and left over after they've met, etc. I'm not very, very close friends with him, so this kind of intervention would potentially be too serious.
Right.
I guess I could also try to run it through his closer friends. Mm-hmm. It doesn't help that I live in a culture where relationships matters are very personal and rarely talked about.
Oh.
So he's
interesting.
I'm assuming a part of a different race. I'd like to say, if you're saying, oh yeah, true. Where you're saying it's
probably country.
That doesn't matter.
It's interesting because he touched on everything I was thinking, because my first thought was, well, what if they're in an open relationship? Because someone I knew had this same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone that I knew saw another person I knew on a dating website when they were in a relationship. And that person then explained to me that they were in an open relationship. Okay. And I had no idea. All I could do was believe him. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So it wasn't a big deal. So that was my first thought. But then the second thought, is that maybe it is inactive. I mean, I feel like you can see the last time they logged on or something on your profile. No? Some of them?
Depends on the site.
So no, so yeah, it could be that. Because I'm sure there's a whole slew of people who meet someone and literally don't even go on again. They just kind of like leave it. They don't delete it. So I'm sure there's that. It's hard because of how not close they are. Because if this was like my best friend, sure, no brainer. Well, yeah. I'm like,
yeah, think about that for a moment.
No, well, I wouldn't say no brainer because it's always a delicate subject. That's something that's always going to be hard to tackle, even if you're really close with the person, because you still don't, one, you don't want to come in the way of their relationship, and two, you don't want to hurt your. It's interesting because you, with your best friend, it's like you want to help but not hurt them, and it's like. Yeah, you're kind of gonna do both of those.
Yeah.
So it's a very delicate subject. So like, I would, but I'd still have to figure out how. Like, I wouldn't just dump it on this person through text or whatever. You know, I wouldn't be like, hey, so and so's probably cheating on you. You know, but it's hard that they're not close because that is kind of weird. Yeah, because I could think of people that I'm like friends with, but not like friend with, like, you know, friendly, like we're good. And if I see you in public, like, let's chat it up, or maybe we'll hang out like every so often, like, you know, that kind of friend where it's like, we're fun. And yeah, we know some stuff about our,
you're talking about an acquaintance.
So, and it's kind of, in that case, it's a little weird. Like that's, I feel like very case by case scenario then on how is the friendship, but he has a point. Like, I don't know. Would you go through closer friends? Because then, is that weird too? Because then, like, the closer friend could be like, so-and-so said this. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm a straight shooter.
You would just tell the person?
So, there has to be some other things to this. It can't be just someone like I went to high school with and I see, you know, the girl that you're dating because she's on your Facebook page.
Right.
I see the girl that you're dating, whatever. Right. If we really didn't talk like that, no, I don't care.
Right, then it's none of my business.
But if it's someone that, like, we have a connection when you've hung out in the past and stuff like that, yeah, I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to screenshot it, send you a picture and say, hey, this is what I found. Just want to give you the heads up. You know, I don't care what you have to say, whether you like me for doing it, dislike me for doing it. I don't care. I'm just letting you know. I would like the same for, you know, if you were on a site and someone saw you on, I would like the same thing, whether they were you know, cool with me or not.
Dang, did someone see me on one of them?
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Get off. So like,
I thought I was being slick about it. I changed my name and everything, but it's still my face.
Yeah, you just said Laura. Like, I know it's you. I see your face.
But I thought Laura was pretty different. So,
oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No. Laura, and then you spell Paige with the I in it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I mean, come on. They're completely different names.
Same face. What's I'm a straight shooter with it. I'll tell a person, this is what I found, and leave it like that. I don't need an explanation. I don't need you to tell me anything. I'm just telling you what I found just because I would want the same to be done for me in whatever situation, whether you're a close friend or far friend or whatever.
See, and maybe it's from a female's perspective because, again, we're more emotional. I feel like it's not that
you telling that girl she's going to be like so heartbroken.
Yeah, I don't think it's that cut and dry. Like, I think there's boundaries and you have to see. Yeah.
Guys are like, hey, yo, this is what's happening. This
but
is what it is.
I do think it's safe to say you also can't assume, like he was saying. Because there's a lot of different scenarios it could be.
I wouldn't like, assume.
I would never, like, and that's the thing, is even if it was my best friend, I would never go and just be like, saw this person, they're definitely cheating on you. Like, no. I would talk about it, you know, I'd address it, but I wouldn't assume it means X.
No,
like, that's for then you have to, like, find that out.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't assume.
Because then that's the part that's not my relationship.
I would more, like, it's really just going straight up to the friend. I wouldn't even go to close friends, because even if I'm a close friend with you and I'm like, hey, you probably don't know.
Right.
Like, what information am I going to get from you? And then you're going to, sooner or later, when you see this guy, if you're close friends with that person that I'm talking about, you're going to just ask him yourself. I might as well just do the same thing. Like, I cut out the middleman. I'm just straight with it, but I can understand from a female's perspective where they're like, I don't know if I want to be that homewrecker person.
Well, yeah.
Even though you don't have any of those intentions. And I've seen, like, the little freaking tweets where people are like, you know, where some guy will, like, text some like not text, but like DM some girl and try to hit on her or send her like some dick pic or something freaky online, and then like the guy will have like the picture of his girlfriend or whatever or something like in the bio, and like the girl will go and like screenshot what this guy's saying to her, send it to the girlfriend or whoever, and like they'll like the girl like kind of brushes it off like, oh, that's not him or something like that.
Right.
Dog, stop being in denial. What are you doing?
Well, because to be fair, if it's just someone on the internet, you could have photoshopped something. You could be making something up. How am I supposed to know? I don't know
Dog.
if you have it out for me or this is like for shits and giggles.
Some
for
random
you.
person online is gonna send you a picture, send you a screenshot of this conversation of not even what they're responding, but let's say I see these pictures all the time from these freaking girls that post online where this guy is like hitting her up saying, "Hey, what's up?" A month later, "Hey, what's up, sexy?" A month later, "Hey, what's going on, cutie?" Like just freaking over and over. I'm like, yo, dog, you're having a conversation with yourself. What are you doing? She's not replying.
It's like when I don't know if they're on there anymore. When you would poke people on Facebook,
It's still there, but
no one does it.
I got poked like I think from someone like a few months ago, and I was just like, who does this? It was an
seriously?
older person. I'm like, the heck?
Yeah, it's kind of like that where you're like, you poke someone and on your end, you're like, are they gonna poke me back? Remember when that was like the thing in high school? Is you just would always poke people back and forth for no reason,
And then you joke about
For
it
no
when you see them
reason.
in school.
Yeah.
Like, I poked you because
like-
you didn't have phones that would like
right?
you
Like,
could do
what
it.
was even the point of that? All right. Anyways,
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, I'll straight shoot. I tell the guy, yo, this is what it is. That's I would.
and
walk
I
in
would
with that.
assess the situation. It's like CPR. You have to assess first.
That's just so tricky. That's a tough situation
Yeah.
being in.
Well,
Seeing
yeah,
that.
it's not going to be fun. Period. You don't want to ruin anything,
Yeah, I don't
but
really
also
care.
you're also if someone really is cheating or whatever the case may be, you're also technically not the one ruining it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't
You're
really
just
care
the
because I'm not
bearer
doing
of bad
anything.
news.
I'm just telling you what
You're
it is.
It's don't shoot the messenger kind of thing. And hopefully, what my hope would be is that friend would then understand that. Say like they found out this person was cheating, and it was the end of the world, and they were upset, devastated, whatever. Hopefully, they wouldn't pin that on the, because I feel like a lot of the grieving process is trying to like pin stuff on people.
Yeah.
And maybe at first they would be like furious with you and be like, this is your fault and we were perfectly fine. You didn't have to butt in, blah, blah, blah. But then hopefully they'd come around and realize that it was in your best interest. Because like, I'm not trying to ruin your relationship for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, I'm looking out for you because you don't deserve that.
Exactly. Like no one deserves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Okay.
that's how I feel.
Man, I'm still so hurt about this Nipsey thing. Like straight up.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. I gotta say this straight up.
He's grieving, guys.
Yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. Yeah, that's all I got. Like at the end of the day, love each other, no matter what race.
That's what I'm saying.
Just showed like. Yo,
I
babe,
love.
babe. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay, you adding a little extra.
Oh, it's so cute.
You're adding a little extra flavor to it, so you gotta tone that down.
That's why you like me.
Yeah, I like
My
you.
extra flavor.
I just like you. Just like you. Give me back that ring. I just like you only. Give me that ring. Can I get all the money that we're all the money that we're spending on this wedding? Can I get that too? Buy me a Tesla. Love that.
Ah!
I'll call that Tesla Tessie.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
Tessa. Or Tanisha.
It'll be an episode eventually, guys. He won't shut up, so it'll be an episode. Just wait.
I think it's time to wrap this bad boy up.
Wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
Oh, it is a bow. Oh man, I don't even think we introduced this episode. We got straight into the freaking tea.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
distracted.
All right, you know who we are. If you don't know, let's close it out on that. So, guys, I am Shadell, the better half of Paging the Simpsons. I am joined by my fiance that I like.
Well, wow.
And you are?
The actual better half, because you were rude, sir, for always saying that.
The fiance that I like.
Oh my gosh.
The fiance that I love.
Lauren. Rude.
And if you guys are enjoying this podcast, enjoying these episodes, definitely rate, review on iTunes if you are listening there. You know, check out us on YouTube. You can find the clips if you want to watch specific parts. All that groovy fun stuff. Like, subscribe to the podcast, all that great stuff, all that love. Send in your questions. Totally open to answer some questions. PagingTheSimpsons@gmail.com. And we will see you guys this Friday.
Yep.
Yep. All right, guys. I'll catch you.
Bye.
Peace.